Welcome to the new session where we are going to learn something new today. Okay, so do you have any guesses what are we going to start today? We will be doing totally different topic which again we use in our day to day life, but we do not give much importance to it, right? So today we will be learning about the measurement of the units. Okay, the topic says measurement. So what do you mean by measurement? Measurement is something which helps us to calculate the value of an object. It can be solid, liquid, or the gaseous aspect as well. Right. So measurement, as the name suggests, measure. Measure means where you tend to know the value of that particular object. Say for example, we have various methods of measuring it, right? Say if it is something, say if it is milk, or say it is newspaper. Okay, then say it is your oil, say it is your rice, wheat. So all these items we use in our day to day life, right? For milk we usually measure it in terms of liter. Why? Because it is in liquid state, right? So we will be measuring milk in terms of liter. If you notice newspaper, we read every day, right? And we tend to accumulate them. We tend to keep them aside, and whenever the scrap person comes in, we will sell the old newspapers. So do you see he uses a weighing machine with two iron metals on it, right? The two iron solid thing. Have you seen this type of thing which he has? Yes? And in this it will be written as kilogram, and he will be having a small thing which will be written as gram, right? So these are the solid things which he uses to measure the newspaper. We can see this even in the grocery shop where we tend to purchase our vegetables and fruits, right? So newspaper is measured in kilogram and gram. Okay, then comes oil. So as I told you earlier, whatever is in the liquid form, we tend to measure them in terms of liter and milliliter, right? Then comes the rice. It is a solid particle, right? So we will be measuring this in kilogram and gram. Then comes your wheat. Wheat is same like rice, which again we will be measuring it in kilogram or gram. Okay. So children, for these things we have got short form also. It is not possible for us to expand each thing and write after each and every answer, right? So for kilogram we tend to write as kg. For gram we write either as g or gm. Okay. For liter we write as L. Okay. For milliliter we write as ml. Then for kilometer we write as km, and for meter we write as m. So these are the standard measurements which we will come across in our day to day life, and even while solving the problems, these will be your basic units which we will be using after the end of the answers. Okay. So now these units are divided in various categories. Earlier times when we were small, that times people do not used to measure things in this. They will be using it in the non-standard format. So as the name suggests, what do you mean by non-standard? Something which will not give us an exact value, which will give us an accurate value. Okay. So as the name suggests, the first one is the non-standard unit. Okay, which means that you cannot use these value when you have to find an exact answer. This will only give us an approximate answer. They will only give us an approximate value. Okay. So, what are the various forms of non-standard can we see? Fine. The first one is your hand span. Okay. The next one is your pace. Then comes your foot span. And the last one is your cubit. Okay. So, as the name suggests, hand span. What do you mean by hand span? Something which we measure using our hand. Say for example, I need to measure the weight of the duster. How will I use it? I will measure it with my hand. So, it comes to as 1 hand span, right. So, hand span is nothing but measurement using hands. Okay. So, when we have to find an approximate value of something, say for example, you have a table and you are being asked to measure the table using your hand span. So, what will you do? You will just start like this. Your thumb finger will be the starting point and your index finger, the middle finger will tell you the end point. So, using like this, for example, if you have to measure this one from here, if I start, so my index finger will be the end point. So, 1, 2, 3 and like this it goes on. Okay. Coming to the next one, that is called as pace. So, pace is the distance between two legs. Okay. So, when we walk, our speed tells us what is the pace of a particular area. So, it shows the distance between the two legs. When you have to measure the length of the area, we cannot use the hand span because hand span is used only for covering a smaller area. Whereas, pace is used when we have to cover the area, say of the area of a room, the area of a field. So, something like that we will be using the pace. Okay. The next one is called as the foot span. So, foot span is nothing but it is same as your hand span, but here instead of hand you will be using your foot. Okay. So, when you measure the distance using your feet, that is called as your foot span. So, it is more or less like your hand span, but here again the area covered will be more because usually our legs are bigger than our hands, right. The last comes the cubit. So, cubit is nothing but it is the measurement using full hand. Okay. So, which means that this distance is called as my cubit. When I measure from my elbows till the tip of my fingers, that is called as cubit. And cubit is also used to measure the longer distance. Okay. When any object or when the area covered is shorter, we can use hand span. But when the distance covered is more, then we can use the cubit. Say for example, if I have to say what is the measurement of this whiteboard, I can use the cubit instead of my hand span because hand span will keep on going, whereas in cubit it will be easy for me to do the measurement. So, are you clear children? So, during earlier days when these measurements were not invented, people used to use these methods to calculate the value of the object. Clear? So, as I told you, this is used only to find an approximate value. You cannot get an exact value using these methods. Clear? Shall we move to the next method? So, the next method is the standard method. Okay. So, as the name suggests that the standard method is nothing but it is used to give us the exact value. Okay. So, the next one comes as standard method. And in standard method, we will be covering the length, the distance, weight, volume or capacity. Yes. So, as I said earlier that the standard unit is used to measure these types of length. For example, whenever I am talking about length, I will be using kilometer or meter. Okay. I have to find the area or the length of a particular object. So, I have to find the length of the road. I need to find the length of my room. I need to find the length of the playground. Whatever it is, I will be using the kilometer and the meter. Okay. Same applies for distance as well. We use kilometer and meter. Okay. So, for length, sometimes depending on the situation, we also use centimeter. Okay. So, when we are referring to the length of a cloth, okay, cloth cannot come in kilometer. Cloth is something which we use to prepare our outfit, right? So, for preparing the outfit and other things and all, we use the value centimeter and meter. In those cases, we will not be using the kilometer. Okay. The next one comes in the weight. As I told you earlier, for weight, we use kilogram and gram. For example, if we have to measure what is the value of say 1 kilo of sugar, what is the value of 1 kilo of rice, what is the value of 1 kilo of tomatoes. In those cases, our standard unit will be kilogram and gram. Clear? The next comes the volume or capacity. So, volume is generally used when it is a liquid item. Okay. For example, water, milk, oil. Okay. In those cases, the shampoos, everything you will be measuring it in terms of liter and milliliter. You will not be measuring them in kilogram or in kilometer or in centimeter. Usually the liquid items will be measured in liter and milliliter. Is it clear, children? Have you understood the non-standard methods and the standard methods? And I hope you would have understood what is the difference between the first and the second one, right? So, as I said, the first one we use it to measure the approximate value, whereas standard unit gives us the exact value of the particular product. Okay. The last one comes in the arbitrary units. Arbitrary units. So, what do you mean by arbitrary unit? Arbitrary units are something which we measure for a smaller value. Okay. And here, what are the basic thing you use? Here you use in decimeter, you use millimeter, and you use centimeter. Decimeter is written as dm, millimeter is written as mm, and centimeter is written as cm. So, these units are used when we have to measure the length of a smaller units. For example, if I say what is the length of this particular pen. So, this we can measure it in centimeter. Even in scale, if you see, you have the units divided in millimeter and centimeter, right? So, one part of your scale tells you what is the centimeter value and the other part tells you, the smaller one tells you the millimeter value. So, these are generally used to calculate the small units. Fine. So, I hope you have understood what are the three different methods of measurement and how we will be measuring the units by classifying it in the particular category. So, shall we proceed further?